In this lesson, we'll build the button that will display the maps by using a clipping mask combined with some of the other shapes we've already built. Okay, so let's just come over here and grab a few of those shapes that we've already made. Maybe we could grab one of those, go ahead and Alt drag to move that over here. Maybe we could do one of these kind of irregular outlines, so we can Alt drag this one as well, and maybe use this one too. So I'll go ahead and Alt drag this up there, and we can just start building this here at the top. I'm going to go ahead and grab my align panel, and we'll just horizontally and vertically align those. It looks like they're all very similarly shaped, so let's kind of vary that a little bit just to make it feel more diverse. Just going to bring this in, maybe bring that one out a little bit, bring this down just so that that fits in there a little bit better, and just kind of play around with it till you're happy with the way that that looks. And now let's go ahead and change some of these colors. So this one, maybe we could change to our blue color for the stroke, maybe put white on that far outer edge, and maybe do white for these inner pieces as well. So now we have something that kind of looks like this. Let's maybe do one more circle that's just going to go on the very inside just to make that a little bit cleaner there with those edges. And we will go ahead and turn off the dotted line or the dashed line through the stroke panel. So I'll just kind of turn that off there. And we'll bring that weight down just a little bit. Let's leave it just a little bit bigger than these other weights that we have here, just so we still have some diversity. You can grab the align panel again, just to kind of realign those, make sure that that's all in order. And then let's just go ahead and make a group out of this. So I'll hit Control G to group it. Now I'm going to just show you a really easy way to create this geography button. And if you go into your reference files inside of your project files, you're going to see this map world dots.ai file. So go ahead and double click that. And this was just something that I created really quickly with a few dots and a map outline just by just a few different clicks that I created. So without going into a big explanation of how I made this, we're just going to use this as one of our assets. You can find lots of things like this online, or obviously you could use ours. It just depends on how specific you want to get with designing your own map. So there's lots of different ones out there that are just stock images if you want to use that. So I'm just going to go ahead and grab this, and we'll pull this over into that 16 begin, and I'll go ahead and we'll reduce this way down so that it fits into this dot a little bit better. But I'm not going to completely make this where it fits into the circle just like that, because later on when this is animated, I want it to be able to kind of move through here and give the illusion that it's actually a globe that's spinning. So what we're going to do is just create a clipping mask that will just show the image inside of this circle, and then later on when it's animated, they can take care of making it actually move. So we'll go ahead, just leave that dropped in right there, and I'm just going to create a circle just kind of right in that area. Just line that up as best you can, and let's go ahead again one more time and use our align panel. So just select everything, go ahead and horizontally and vertically align that just so that circle is right in the middle, and then we'll select the map and also select that circle. So make sure you have everything selected. You'll be able to tell just by that little line right there. We're going to create a clipping mask. So just go ahead and right click, say make clipping mask. Now it's important that you have the map down first, and then you add that little circle if you want to make the clipping mask in the right way. So otherwise it would be, you wouldn't be able to see anything. So that stacking order is important. Make sure that the shape is on top. Okay, so now I'm just noticing that that is kind of overlapping here. I don't really like the way that that looks. So let's just go ahead and send that map to the back. So we'll hit Control Shift, open or left bracket, and you can see that right there. Now I'm also going to put a reflection on this piece as well, and just like we did earlier, I'll just go ahead and duplicate one that we've already made. So just select that, and you can Alt drag it over, and we can zoom in there and just reduce this a little bit to make it fit. Maybe put that on just kind of right like that. If you want it maybe to be a little bit bigger to cover up more of the shape, you can scale it up and just kind of play with the way that it interacts with your other shapes. You just want to make sure that you have pretty close to even spacing on that outside edge. So I like the way that that looks right there. Have just kind of a really subtle, nice little reflection up there in the corner. So that was pretty easy just by combining some of those shapes we already created. So you can definitely see how making these shapes in the beginning can really speed up your workflow later on once you start building things really quickly. So in this lesson, we kept our continuity by using existing shapes combined with a clipping mask of a similarly detailed image to the detail that we have in the dial. And we just created a map button that has a really iconic feel, and it's really obvious what this button is going to do once you see it in the interface. Even if the button was never opened, you'd be able to know that this has something to do with maps.